Hello, everyone, and welcome to the MySpace podcast. I'm your host, Miley, and today I will be reviewing the book The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams. Oh, sorry, I didn't think I said that correctly, but I did. Okay, let's get this started, shall we? Also, I have a headache, and these notes are also kind of short, and I'm going to try to keep them short because I need this headache to leave and go away. Because I've had it for half the day and I'm done with it. So, yes, right. Rating. I give this book an 8 out of 10. It was cute, but cringy at the same time. there was just some jokes and stuff. It's just kind of like cringy-ish. And also, when they confessed their love to each other, it was probably at the most unopportune. What am I trying to say? It was probably the most random point to just be like, oh, for that love confession, but it was cute at the same time. So it's just like random but cute, and I think it works together well because they're friends and because they were they're best friends. It works because they've already been together forever, even if not officially. There was something else that I said, at least in the Instagram video. I don't remember what it was. But yeah. Anyways, POV, first person, switches between Bree and Nathan. Genre, romance, friends to lovers, comedy, so it's a rom-com, and it's young adult. This is what Google says. Has sexual tension but has no explicit sex scenes, and that's true. But also, I would say this is on maybe the older side of young adult because it may not mention it, but it gets there. Not sex, but other stuff. Plot/storyline. So right off the bat, we see that both Bree and Nathan like each other, but they think that the other only thinks of them as friends. At a party, Bree gets really drunk and implies to a reporter that Nathan likes her, and she basically says that she likes him back. This video then goes viral, and the whole world just loves her. And everybody wants them to be together. They then sign this deal with a company where they have to act like a couple in front of everyone until the end of the Super Bowl because he's a football player. And so Nathan, with his teammates, comes up with a plan to get him out of the friend zone. And they call this the romance cheat sheet, basically. And Nathan starts to like slowly up the ante with what he's doing, like touching her more and stuff. Because, as a friend, he couldn't do that. But now that they're both free, and just at some point, everything just like, it's all like, all the friend stuff that they've both been holding up, well, mainly her, just comes down and, they actually kiss. And then but there's still some things that they don't particularly think that the other likes them, but that's mostly on Bree's side. They have a heart-to-heart next where they open about all their feelings, and then it ends with them getting married. And there's no third act breakup. And that's basically it. And there's no really, spoiler section to this either, because there's not really much to say. Characters. Bree. She's a ballet instructor. She was going to be professional, but then she was in a car accident that ruined it. And after that car accident, she got really depressed and she pushed everyone away, basically. But she got help, and now she's better and happier and healthier and whatnot. However, that also taught her the accident taught her to stop hoping, for the future and stuff. So she doesn't have hope for a future with Nathan. So she just settles for, I'm not going to end up being with him in the end. So that comes into play, and that's why they need to have that heart-to-heart conversation. She's an extrovert, of just a very happy person in general. And she has these things called brinknits, where if she sees something that reminds her of someone, she'll buy it for them, and then she'll give it to them. And she's hilarious and super kind too. She's the one who makes the jokes. She runs a kind of nonprofit ballet studio. She wants it to be nonprofit, but she can't have it be nonprofit because she doesn't have the money for that. But by the end, she was able to join a place that houses nonprofits. Excuse me. And I honestly wish we could have seen more of that because we didn't see a lot. It was just kind of mentioned, and I wish we could have seen more of it or heard more of it. Nathan, he has so much pressure on him to do everything and to be perfect at everything and to be number one because he thinks, because of how he grew up being rich and everything was just kind of handed to him, and he thinks that he doesn't deserve to, slow down or get help or not do the number one thing. He just feels like he needs to do everything because everything's been handed to him. So, he thinks everything, even getting a position on this NFL, being able to play on this NFL team, he feels like it's been handed to him. So, he has a lot of stress, and that causes him to have panic attacks, which he decides to say, oh, no, I don't have panic attacks, but then finally, tells Bree the truth. Bree, he pretends he's fine. Bree knows he's lying, and she tries to help him realize that he doesn't have to do, and she tries to help him. And then finally he tells her stuff, and she helps him realize that he doesn't actually have to do everything. And then he also starts going to therapy. I wish we could have seen more on the mental health, though. That's what I was going to talk about in the rating section. There was mental health aspects, but they weren't explained, at all. And I wish we could have had more, because mental health stuff, I feel like if we're going to mention it, let's go deeper into it. But that didn't happen in this book, so, that's honestly about it. I don't really have any spoilers to tell you. I kind of all set it up in the, the plot / storyline, because, yeah, oh, I forgot to mention this about Nathan. He's the quarterback, and the quarterbacks have a cheat sheet, and that's why it's called the cheat sheet, because, yeah, there's nothing. He has the heart-to-heart was after he had a panic attack at her nephew's birthday party, because everybody was crowding around him, and then he had a panic attack and ran out, and she follows him, and then she's all it's okay, and he tells her all these things that he never told her, and she's all and then she tells him why she loves him, and that's she's this is why I fell in love with you, not all these things of you having to be perfect. It's all how you're super kind and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so, also, Bree is the type of person she's never seen him as, she never wants his money. She never did. She actually hates his money. She doesn't want it. She doesn't want him buying stuff for her. But it makes him happy. So then at the end, she's like, okay, fine. If it makes him happy, I'll let him buy me some stuff. But, yeah. So that's about it. Thank you for watching, and thank you for listening. I'm sorry I don't have a lot, but I also have a headache, and I'm trying to get this done. But it was a cute book. So, yeah. Have a good rest of your day, night, week, month, year, life. Thank you, and goodbye.